Welcome to Sports Talk of the Square Table. I am Amy, this is Justin, this is Caleb, and we sit at a square table and talk sports. How do we know what to talk about? It's questions that you have asked us, okay? It's questions you've asked us. All right, so Caleb, why don't we get into those questions?
All right, I'm going to start the timer now.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. We're just going to run through as many questions as you have asked us. And if you have more questions for us for next week, leave them in the comment section below about the NFL, anything about the NFL or other sports. We talk about other sports. We actually have another sports question this week.
We don't discriminate.
Can't wait to hear
Timer
it.
starting right now. Okay, from DJ Marley Hype. DJ Marley Hype asks us, who do you think is the biggest disappointment this season? Now, I don't know if he's asking team or player, but I'm going to leave it open for us to discuss.
Maybe one each. Huh?
So, who you guys got biggest disappointment this season?
Wow. I'm going to go first. I'm going to say, team-wise, the Oakland Raiders. Team that went 12-4 last year with a healthy Derek Carr. They could have had a deep playoff run, but they got beat by the Texans in the first round last year because, who was it? Matt McGloin started?
No, Connor Cook.
Wow. I
don't blame you for not remembering that.
Yeah, so, high expectations this year. Team that won 12 games. Derek Carr did suffer an injury, but was only out like 1 or 2 games. But they've had some very bad offensive showings. Amari Cooper's been out with an injury, so that stinks. The defense has regressed a bit. I feel like I haven't seen all of the Oakland Raiders games this year, but I just think it's disappointing. They could have been primed to really take off with this division. Now seeing where it is right now, with all the teams struggling, especially Kansas City midway through. But yeah, I'll say the Oakland Raiders are the biggest disappointment this season as a team.
Justin, I definitely thought of that too, and I agree. And I'm going to say Marcus Mariota. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I mean,
there's a lot of factors that go into that,
If you look at his numbers right now compared to last season, just a simple his touchdown-interception ratio. I mean, just starting there, I think that just says it all. Marcus, I love you. You have so much talent and potential. Some that's just been off this season, but I get it. It's okay. You're human. We still love you. I still believe in you for next season. But yeah, I don't know what happened this season, really, honestly, to make that happen. But that's my biggest disappointment.
Fire Robisky.
Honestly, while Justin was talking, he was on my mind. But I think there's a lot of factors, a lot of excuses that Titans fans love to make surrounding Marcus Mariota. But he was a hot pick for MVP candidate going into the year, and he has been anything but. I think I would go with the Raiders overall for all the reasons you said, Justin. I'll also throw out the Buccaneers and Jameis Winston in that category. Also, I think I would throw the Broncos in that category. They've been a huge disappointment. That abysmal losing streak through the middle of the season, still with that Super Bowl caliber defense. I mean, I know they have issues with their quarterback, but I didn't think they were going to be that bad. So
let's not forget the Cleveland Browns being a huge disappointment. They're projected to win, 3 games, maybe? They still can't get one. How they let me down this year?
Okay, that's it for that question. Let's move on to another one. Okay. Oh, actually, Amy and I kind of discussed this last week, but Matthew King asked us a question. Thank you, Matthew King. He says, if you had to take any current quarterback for one must-win game, who would you choose?
We talk about this all the time.
Oh, boy. No, Amy's answer.
Yeah, everyone knows my answer. I'm Tom Brady. And if the only reason I feel like I need to give, not that he needs one, just watch Les Suit. Just watch it. When he has to win, he wins. Yes, they lost to the Dolphins recently, but when he has to win, he wins, even if he's down 24 points in the Super Bowl.
25 points in the third quarter.
Mic drop.
My answer is going to come back to bite me because when you asked this question, Matthew, I was like, you know what? I would take Tom Brady over the course of a season, but if I have one must-win game, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. And then this past week, Aaron Rodgers was in the must-win game. He loses. Tom Brady was in the must-win game, and he wins. So
because it was a catch.
Because it was a catch, yes. So he should have lost, but I still think I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers right here. If I'm going for a quarterback for a whole season, I think I would choose Tom Brady. But one must-win game, Aaron Rodgers, man. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm interested to Justin, you can't pick one that we picked.
I'm
just kidding.
This is a fact.
That would make it interesting, though.
I know who you would pick. I know who you would pick.
Pick whoever you want to pick, bro.
You think I'll pick Drew Brees?
Yes.
I was going to say Aaron Rodgers,
Jameis Winston?
honestly.
Jameis?
No,
Winston?
definitely not.
Jameis?
I was going to say Aaron Rodgers. I mean, yeah, and it's hard to say now because he did throw, 3 interceptions against the Panthers in a must-win game. But he still had it close there.
In his defense, that was a game post-injury. I don't think he's 100.
He's because he went back on IR after that.
In his defense, that was not the real.
He
Aaron
rushed his
Rodgers.
recovery back. He was trying to do it for his team. So yes, I take a fully healthy Aaron Rodgers over a fully healthy Tom Brady for one must-win game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Aaron Rodgers. You saw what he did last year. The playoffs started for them like midway through the season because they were in a must-win game every week, and they won every single week.
They won the last 6 games.
And they went all the way to the NFC Championship.
Which is basically, they almost did it this year.
And talk about having a must-win drive. Remember that game against Arizona? I think it was the playoffs where he threw 2 consecutive Hail Marys to tie it.
I remember
That's retarded. That is
game.
ridiculous.
All right,
I love Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry.
I do too. I like watching Tom Brady too. Not good.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, next from Waffles.
Sounds good.
He asked us, we got 2 questions real quick. One, Super Bowl predictions. We covered this earlier in the year, but that was before the season started. Now he got Super Bowl predictions. Give me 2 teams and who you think's going to win.
I think a compelling matchup would be seeing Drew Brees versus Tom Brady in the Super Bowl this year.
That would be so fun.
I'll go.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, if it's not the Titans, I want to see 2 epic elite quarterbacks go at it in the Super Bowl. I want to see a sweet matchup in that. So I'll take Saints and Patriots.
That would be fun. I would love that. Realistically, though, I don't know. Maybe it's because of how badly, even though I still haven't watched them play a full game, maybe it's because of how badly they beat the Seahawks last week. But the Rams,
yeah,
I mean,
they're putting themselves on notice.
They really are.
They
and like I
been
said,
all season.
I don't know much about their team, but just every week when I'm seeing numbers wise from them, they must be pretty good. So I'm going to say Rams and Patriots, and I think the Patriots will win.
I like all these answers because they're all going to be different. Because I'm going, this may sound a little crazy, but what's new? This is my trend on these 3 people videos.
Panthers and Jags.
No, Patriots and Panthers. Patriots and Panthers, people. Panthers.
Well, I'll pick the
Panthers
Patriots.
are hot. No, Steelers and Panthers. Sorry, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm going with the Steelers and the Panthers. That's what I meant to say. Stop answering it for me. Steelers and Panthers with the Steelers winning. Okay.
Oh man,
that's who I got.
I hope that doesn't
Also,
happen.
okay, Waffles also asks us, in relation to his name, if we would go with waffles or pancakes.
It's actually funny, when you said originally waffles said this, I was going to be like, I prefer pancakes. I immediately was going to say that.
So there's your answer,
Pancakes.
Justin.
I got waffles. Give me some waffles.
Ooh, I'm going pancakes too. I think there's just more you can do with pancakes, spice them up with some stuff in them, some blueberries, put stuff on top of them.
You
Put that with
waffles,
waffles.
too?
Nah, no one
not a
does
good
that.
answer.
You
with
can
waffles.
even put syrup on waffles.
The only crap thing people put on waffles is fried chicken. What? Who made
Welcome
that
to
up?
That's very popular here. So
yeah.
It is.
good thing you're.
Stupid, if you ask me. Who wants fried chicken with their breakfast? Okay, got another question right here.
Where?
From Meteor Smash. He asked, what do you think, staying with the Super Bowl trend, what do you think the Eagles have to do if they want to make the Super Bowl? Sorry.
Oh boy.
I think they have to win all their playoff games.
wow.
Zing!
Bam!
Very true.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be sarcastic. That's literally just the first thing that came to my mind.
Also, a guy named James asked us, how do you think the Eagles will do in the playoffs without Carson Wentz? So very hand-in-hand questions right there.
I don't
Thank
think
you,
they
guys.
will do as well as they would have. I don't think it'll be a total disaster. Like, they could win their first... do they have first round bye? I don't know. They could win, one game. I mean, I feel like they have best case scenario. Their backup is someone who was their starter at some point and wasn't the worst in the world.
Yeah, it's not Matt Castle as their backup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not in the worst position in the world, honestly, with their backup. But I just don't think they'll do as well. I think they'll win 1 game. I don't think they'll win 2.
Yeah. It's hard for me to see Nick Foles leading the Eagles to the Super Bowl at this point. But like you said, he's been there before, played for the Eagles. What did he throw? 4 touchdowns last week?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty dang good if you're a backup quarterback. I mean, I could be wrong. They may not miss a beat. They just insert Nick Foles and he carries the offense all the way. But I'm with you. I think their ceiling right now is NFC Championship game. I just think if you're throwing Nick Foles out there for a huge high-stakes game, a more experienced quarterback like Drew Brees or Cam Newton, not Jared Goff, I don't know. Maybe there's not a whole lot of experience.
Hey, you know, if there's one thing the Eagles love, it's losing in the NFC Championship game.
Hey-o.
Zing!
That's true.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry, Eagles fans, but with how your defense has been performing the last few weeks, giving up like 29 points average or something, I don't think that's going to be enough to get Nick Foles very far in the playoffs. I think you're kind of going to be the Raiders team from last year and lose in your first game.
Wow.
Sorry.
Whoa, huge promising
Gonna
season.
face a team like, he's gonna face an experienced quarterback, I think, in their first game, like maybe a Cam Newton or something like that, and they're gonna take him down. So, sorry, maybe once Carson Wentz is back, but not this year.
So like next year, yeah.
Yeah, next year. Okay. Moving on, Curtis Kyle asked us if we think Josh Gordon will return to greatness next season.
I mean, he's looking pretty good already with Deshaun Kaiser throwing him the football. I wish he had a better quarterback in terms of like personal greatness and skill. Like, yeah, I think he could be a top 10 receiver, honestly. I mean, I can't believe he's come back and already made that kind of an impact. He's had a better game than any Titans receivers have had all year, it seems like. How many yards did he have? Like 90 or something? His last game? I don't know.
Probably.
I hope he did, because that would make me look dumb. But yeah, I think he's got superstar talent, so wouldn't surprise me. Stays on the right course, he could be a top 10 receiver next year.
Yeah, you and I were talking very recently about how there are so many, not so many, but there are some receivers who have so much talent, so much greatness, so much potential to like excel in their position, but just because they don't have a good quarterback or a quarterback who can give them the throws they need, they are underrated. I think he's definitely one of them. So I think, yeah, as long as he can get a good quarterback, like, there is no ceiling for him.
He's underrated, or he's under the influence?
Like the
I don't know.
pot is making him play well?
No, I'm just kidding. He's okay. Yeah, I think it depends on the quarterback, Amy. I think you're right. Browns have shown no signs
He
of
needs to get traded.
picking a good quarterback.
Bad quarterback and Browns are synonymous.
Yeah, it really is. So are winless seasons. But, you know, your statement kind of reminded me of Larry Fitzgerald. I know he's had a good quarterback for a few years, but, man, think about what he could have done in his career if he had someone like a Big Ben back there, or, you know, just more of a gunslinger type. Kurt Warner was that, and he had, like, the best year of a receiver ever.
He's so
One
good.
of the best. He is awesome. I love Larry Fitz. But, yeah, I think it's going to depend on the quarterback or if he gets traded. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, Justin Frey. Justin
I didn't-
Frey.
Is this your alter ego?
No, because my last name is
It's your alter ego
His
that
last name is Frey, guys.
it's your alter ego that betrayed the Starks at the Red Wedding.
Oh, no, that is the worst last name. Oh.
Okay,
Sorry, Frey.
with Roger Goodell getting a 5-year contract extension and all of the stupid rules that have been applied to the game, do you think that by the end of his reign he will turn the NFL into the NFL, the National Flag Football League? I think you're just trying to ask us, what do we think the future of the NFL is holding right now with Roger Goodell still over it? What do you guys think?
I don't know. I'm glad we can celebrate again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the players have been talking about this. Like, players still don't really understand a lot of the rules and, like, what is a catch, what's not a catch, and the suspensions and the punishments for violations, and when players get caught doing things they shouldn't be doing. There's inconsistent suspensions and punishments being handed down, so there's not really any guidelines with that. I'm not sure if it's necessarily going to be an extra flag fest. I mean, there are a lot of flags in the NFL game, and I felt like that was this not an issue like in the 90s or early 2000s before Goodell came in? I mean, wasn't flags always kind of like oh man, wish there were less flags. Flags ruin the game.
They've been trying to speed up the game since the game was
A game.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got all these reviews, like after every single little thing. We've been at games where they had a review like 15 times. That doesn't speed up the game.
I mean, the Texans at Titans game at home lasted over 3.5 hours because they had 7 or 8 reviews.
Yeah. All I know is whatever Goodell does, he's definitely going to be looking out for the best interest of him and whatever makes the NFL the most money and its owners. So
I'm going
to count on that.
I have to agree with that. I think if the NFL did one thing, it's got to be they just got to be more consistent with the rules and the ejections and the fine. I think he's in a really hard spot because everyone's yelling at the NFL to clean it up and make it a safer game. But at the same point, that's one of the most attractive things of the sport over the course of its creation. You know, back in the early 2000s and 90s, that was like the premier aspect of the NFL, so much that someone took that and made it into its own league, the XFL. They wanted where it was just hard hits and crazy plays and stuff like that. So if you turned it into National Flag Football League, no one would watch, even though that's apparently what a lot of people want from the league, is to make it safer. But a lot of the players have, you know, responded saying like they know what they're getting into when they sign up to play in the NFL. You know, they're open to the risks. I know they hate when that happens to them. We hate it as fans, but it's a tough position to be in, trying to clean up, trying to make the game safer, but at the same time not crush your revenue and not crush the game itself.
Yeah, but CTE stuff coming out, that puts him in a tough spot too.
Yeah, but yeah, the stuff, I think he's looking out for number one, which is him, and I think it shows where he donated $80 million to help the NFL go to their like funds or to I can't remember what it was, and then like a week later he signed his $200 million contract.
Yeah, crazy. Which, hold on, let me retract. I misunderstood the question. I thought you were saying because Goodell had this extension, we would be seeing more flags and penalties thrown. But really, the question was it would turn into flag football.
Yeah, turn into flag football.
I was thinking he was talking about penalty flags. Might be.
I don't know as much about this side of the NFL as y'all do. So I don't really know if they can answer the question. But bottom line, I do think players need to be protected, head, spine-wise. I think that's serious, and I think that's really what needs to be focused on the most when it comes to flags and hits and fines and things like that. I think those are the ones who need to be paying attention to.
Like it's hard to make the game less violent, but what he needs to do is offer some kind of thing for retired players to make sure that every single player that comes through is going to be taken care of. You're going to have all your medical issues taken care of and all of your hits and dings that you suffered with.
But just the fact that there's a potential for like medical issues after, like, I feel like, is there a way we can avoid that?
But look, you want to start cleaning up the game, it's got to start in your Pee-wee leagues, in your middle school football. They got to start teaching players the right technique. It doesn't just start when players get to the NFL. You got to go to the ground level here, which is really hard to do for Roger Goodell.
Or got to start inside the players where they don't want to hit the other players like this.
They're humans and they have lives too.
So why don't you just pay for everyone to have yoga 5 times a week?
Yeah. Is that too hard? Can you afford that with your $200 million?
There we go. That's my solution.
If there's one thing that I think everyone would agree on that he needs to get rid of, is stuff like Juju Smith-Schuster's block on Vontaze Burfict. That is what the game does not need.
That's just
unnecessary. I think just taking out.
Yeah, and if you're gonna lay down 2-game suspension, like Thomas Davis, he got a 2-game suspension for basically what he hit Devontae Adams this past week. But I think you got to be a little bit harder on Juju right there, because that's the kind of hit the game doesn't need.
Well, didn't AJ Green and was it Ramsey who went at it?
AJ Green and Ramsey.
And neither one of them got suspended, right?
Yeah.
Like that.
And Juju was trying to make a football play. It was just very dangerous.
But how inconsistent is the NFL as compared to hockey, where all the fans want fights to break out, and the refs let that happen, let players punch each other in the face?
But I don't think there's as many injuries from hockey. As serious as the NFL, I don't know.
This video got very serious. Justin Frey, I hope Arya finds you very soon.
Yeah. Well said.
Okay, we have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to go to an NBA question.
Yay!
To finish it off, talk about the NBA. Okay, Carlitos Way. He asked, what teams do you think will play in the NBA Finals, and what teams are you guys rooting for? You know what? I bet I can predict everyone's answer.
Probably the same 2 teams that have been making it in the last 3 years.
All right, the Warriors and the Cavs. Those are my picks.
Bold.
I know.
So bold.
I am totally. I guess we haven't really talked NBA on here. I'm totally a Cavs fan. I'm not. Let me retract. Not necessarily a Cavs fan. I am a LeBron fan, and I will admit it. Like wherever he is, that's the team I'm cheering for. So right now I'm a Cavs fan. I loved Kyrie Irving as well. So when he was there, it was like a double-double, very good. I more just follow players in the NBA as opposed to teams. But whoever LeBron's at, that's where I'm at. So I'm a Cavs fan. I hope they win. But I think it'll be them in the finals.
Tight.
And it'll be tough.
What about the Celtics? Aren't they in first in the East, huh? Kyrie? in his vengeance on LeBron?
Yeah, they were first in the East last year, too. Did they make the finals? No. Dang. I like doing this to the microphone. It was a catch. It was a catch.
Caleb, what do you think?
I'm with you in all aspects. I love the NBA, but I love it more for its players and its team, probably because Nashville doesn't really have a team. And no, Justin, I don't count the Grizzlies as Nashville's team. I do root for the Grizzlies because of their relation to Nashville, but I like players more. I like LeBron James. I like Kyrie Irving. I like Jason Tatum, so that may be conflicting because I'm kind of going for the Celtics. But I think the Cavs will make it to the championship this year. I think the Warriors will make it to the championship this year, even though the Rockets may give them a little bit more of a hard time than they've had in the playoffs. But I think it's going to be another Cavs-Warriors matchup, and I'm going to go with the Cavs.
You think the Cavs are actually going to win?
Heck yeah, LeBron James, consistent.
I didn't even get to answer.
Every year, LeBron James has the best year of his career. It's happening again.
He's amazing.
I don't know how he does it at 31. He's like Tom Brady almost. He is Tom Brady of the NBA.
Oh, man.
He should win
talk
MVP.
so well about Tom Brady.
Sorry, Justin, time's up, so we don't get to hear your answer. It looks like the Cavs are going to win the NBA Finals.
Oh, man, I wish I could have had my turn.
I'm just kidding. You can go.
I'm glad you mentioned the Rockets because I was going to have a different answer besides the boring answer Warriors, even though that's likely. I'll take the Rockets with an upset coming out of the West. They've only lost, 4 or 5 games so far? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Best record in the league. Yeah, James Harden, CP3.
Chris Paul's going to be in a wheelchair by the time the playoffs roll around.
Probably. But I'll say Rockets, Cavs, and just to spite you guys, Rockets win it all.
Come on.
Woo! But my favorite team is the Grizzlies because of the affiliation with Tennessee. Grit and Grind was great back in the day when they were making the playoffs. Mike Conley, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, all of those teams. But those days are now over.
Back in the day, like last year?
Yeah. From 2009 till last year, however long it lasted.
Well, that wraps it up, Amy. Take us out. Take us out.
I'm going to take us home. Happy holidays to y'all. Hope y'all have a great, holiday season, spending time with those you love.
Or hate.
Or those you hate, but,
it's Christmas, you gotta
spread the love.
Joy and love.
You can find some positivity everywhere. From Titans Tube to you, we love you guys. Peace out.